Hello, in this session I will talk about outer joins of three tables. This is Hassan Mir from 0 2 Pro Training.com. In the previous session we created an SQL that joined three tables together, student, course and student underscore course, to give us the list of students and the courses that they are taking, and on the screen you can see the result of the query. So it is meeting the requirement that was on the table. We wanted the list of students as well as the courses that they are taking. Now the requirement changes a bit. We want to see the list of students as well as the courses they are taking, and we also want to include those students in the output that are not taking any course. So we already know what to do. We need to bring in outer join in the picture. So just a quick recap: student table contains data of students, course table contains data about courses, and student underscore course contains data for many-to-many relationship between student and course. One student can take more than one courses, and one course could be taken by more than one student. So if I go back to my SQL tab, this is the SQL we created. So we are joining three tables together, but we are using the inner join, and because of the inner join, those records are skipped from the result that are not matching with anything on the other two tables. So if I do a select star from student table and just run this statement by highlighting it, then you can see we have 5 students, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, if I go back to the SQL and if I do select star from student underscore course table and just run this SQL by highlighting it, you can see student 1 2 3 are taking courses, and 4 and 5 students are not taking any course. We don't see IDs 4 and 5 in student underscore course table, but we want to see them in the result as well, so that we can see, okay, so these are the students who are not taking any courses. We can go back to the SQL tab and let's revisit the SQL we created in the previous session. So first we are joining a student table, inner join, with student underscore course table, and then we are joining the result of the first join with course table. You can write this statement in many different ways. You can join first two tables and join the result with the third one, and any two tables could be the first two tables. Okay, so student table is the one that contains extra records that do not have matching records in other tables. So this is where we need to create an outer join. So we need to convert this inner join to outer join, and we need to tell the system either it's a left or right outer join, otherwise it has to be a full outer join. And we have studied about this in the previous sessions. You put the direction of the table that contains extra records that do not have match in other tables. So that is the student table. So student table may have some students that do not have match available in a student underscore course table. So are we going to put here right or left? I'm going to put here left, because student table is on the left side. If I swipe the tables around and bring the student table to the right side, then I will simply write here right. Now this will not actually give you the result, and let's talk about that in a bit. First run this SQL and see what happens. We are still getting whatever we were getting before, only those students who have taken courses. To understand the problem, let's copy this statement below and let's remove the third join from the equation. Okay, so let's see what happens now. We are only joining two tables, and because we have kicked the third table out, we can't use course name. We have to use course underscore ID, and we can call it cs.course ID. Okay, so if I run this, you get this result, which is not bad. This is exactly what I wanted to see: the list of students taking the courses and also those students who are not taking any courses. But I don't want to see course IDs, I want to see course names. But when I bring the third table in, I'm not getting the result I wanted. If I go back to the SQL and I just copy paste the third join, then sorry, I copied two lines. If I copy the third line, and let's keep the course IDs as course IDs. If I run this, those students disappear. You see the problem already. The problem is in this second join, which is still inner join. We need to convert that into outer join as well. So what happens is, first the system joins the two tables together and treats that as one table for the second join, and then the second join takes place. So the result of the joins of the first two tables is just fine. This is exactly what I wanted. But when I join the third table, the problem happens, because in the third table I am still using the inner join. So what I need to do is, I need to convert this to outer join as well, and we will talk about right or left in a bit. So if I go back to the result, so this is the table. You can imagine this as a virtual table that system will create in the memory after joining the first two tables. Now this table would be joined with the third table, which is this course table. So this virtual table has some records that have no match in the course table. So we need to do an outer join because we want to maintain these extra records that do not have any match. And the direction would be on the left side, because this virtual table is on the left side. This whole thing will be considered as one table, because the outcome of the first join is considered as a table for the second join. So I'm going to put here left, because this left hand side contains extra records. So if I run this statement now, I should get what I wanted, but I need to see the course names, not the course IDs, and that is easy c.name. I can now put, because now course table is in the picture. That's why I brought the course table in the picture, so that I can select the name in the select column list, not the IDs. So let's run this, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. Hassan is taking 2 courses, Bill is taking 1 course, Steve and Warren are still not taking any course. So in this session you have seen how you can join more than 2 tables together, and we did a join of 3 tables. So few things that you should keep in mind. Whenever you're joining more than 3 tables, start with join of 2 tables and then gradually add more tables to that one by one, and treat the join of first 2 tables as one table for the purpose of the second join coming in with the third table. And that way it will be easy for you to understand what's going on. But a point will come where you will be used to of writing joins, and then you don't have to take this step-by-step approach. But till that point, this is how you should write the joins, so that you can understand what's going on and it's easy to troubleshoot the problems.